We start as a white cube with a floor and walls.
Virtual world programs, emigration programs, and solipsistic programs can be assimilated and calibrated into the mainframe, as well as a physical simulation and brain-computer cognition interface programs into an open simulated reality platform. These can also engage or bring programming into the simulated environment. All that is required is the technology and the skill, as well as a set of limits and rules, both physical and spiritual. It would seem that planet Earth is lacking in both of these at present, or has been hacked to a certain degree. Hacking, too, can be allowed or disregarded for various simulation purposes. The brain-computer cognitive interface technologies are simple interface programs that keep the entity's original form and body, but engages in the simulated environment from a distance, having two realities running at the same time in open memory or awareness. There are remote influencing distant participation forms of such technologies, whereas receiving data and stimulus from a distance, and closing off a portion of the outer reality, to allow more presence in the simulated reality, enhances the simulated experience to greater and greater degrees, to a point of fully living in the simulation for a length of time or a particular purpose. The physical simulation technologies are the most natural and require little but the ability to calibrate the body to a particular physics vibration, usually the astral body. Here, the body of participants remain intact, entering into a simulation and participating using their natural physical bodies, such as in the Star Trek holodeck. These are the natural bodies of the entrant in a less coalesced physics than that of the planet. Coalescence and equiescence are natural faculties of the true astral body. Hence, you see a thinner or thicker hologram-type image of the astral body. An astral body is the inherent self-image in the mind of an entity, regardless of its state of cloaking or incarnate semblance opposed with and simulates realities. Residual self-image is common to all life forms, although it may not always be a mirrored image, or detailed photograph, that we are commonly accustomed to. There are many ways to illustrate identity in self, and appearance to others is not always at the top of the list to immediately leap to mind. Based on the assumption that we are living in a simulation, native intelligences with enhanced consciousness have hypothesized about the nature of their creators. A conclusion reached by Peter S. Jenkins at York University argues that there would be multiple reasons to create a simulation, in order to avoid the simulation creating another simulation. The first would be deleted, as it is predicted that we'd have the technology to create simulations in the year 2050. Long-term planning after that would be futile. In turn, this raises questions by the native intelligences as to why the creators of the simulation would delete the simulation. More importantly, if our universe were one of many being simulated, the simulation argument would therefore be statistically applied to the creators, demonstrating that they are in a simulation. There is no other reason to create a simulated reality, but to participate in it. This is where it is important to understand that each and every entity present in the simulation has created the simulator, him, her, or itself, according to their ability to do so, and on the level that they participate. In this more clear understanding of a simulated reality, the reported ancient wisdom of the old seers, mystics, teachers, and scientists all fits logically into place. Reality is an illusion. This reality is the great dream that we are all dreaming, and so on. Science of current structures have reported that there is no way to refute the probability of simulated reality. The hypothesis is strong and sound. There are, however, simulated reality arguments as to just how probable. This is a moot point. If it is remotely possible, it is still possible. In fact, to suggest that a very few have ever evolved to a state of consciousness. To be able to create planetary simulated realities is more than likely the sensible logic to begin with. The further supposition that these few would carefully control the ability of human civilizations and artificial intelligent beings to certain limits and in progressive states is certainly probable. What is less openly addressed in the comprehension of consciousness and artificial sentience and emotive consciousness is that it will rarely survive long without direction of some sort. This direction is programming. Simulator programming. Without the occasional upgrade or new game load, the simulator will run dry of creativity and become sloth. Not all simulators will completely run to a stop. Not large ones like this planet, but they will definitely slag and fall into dark ages and periods of relative uneventfulness and dragging speed of thought. Programming can fracture and run corrupt when too many diverse grids and systems on a central main theme of thought, creating parallel fragmentation. So in this, we find the hostile nature and caustic side effects of too many programs, running too close to each other too fast in the same place. Competition for program directives occurs. This leads to breakdown of programs and virus and infections spreading along cross-platform programs. Messy. Yes, quite messy.
We start as a white cube with a floor and walls where we put up our ideas and watch them hang.